Well, the Free State MEC for Agriculture and Rural Development, Thembeni Nxangisa, is determined to turn this around, and he joins us now for some insights in addressing some of the issues and finding solutions for South Africa's pervasive issue of food security. MEC, thanks very much indeed for joining us, and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Peter, and thank you to your viewers as well.
All right, so how are you creating a clean slate in order to address the previous issues relating to corruption, for example?
No, thanks for the opportunity. Firstly, we're working very closely with the Auditor General. We had a meeting with the Auditor General's office to say, don't come and audit us at the end of the financial year. Walk with us the journey. And on periodic processes or times, we must then be giving feedback. And we're also working closely with the provincial and national treasury to guide processes, especially those of tenders, and to oversee that process. We also have the National Department of Rural Development coming to us and doing inspection in loco to check how far we go with the projects. That is over and above our own monitoring and evaluation. I've also had a session with the senior management and executive management to say, guys, we have a clear mandate by the Premier, building the Free State we want, but we need a clean Free State. We need to find a way to absolve ourselves from a bad image that has been created in the Free State. And everybody was keen to say, we want to work towards a clean Free State. So we are doing our best now to bring back the integrity of the Free State, but most importantly, the Free State used to be the food basket of the country. And we want to reclaim that position of becoming the food basket of the country, in terms of maize in particular. So that's the mission we have involved ourselves in, and contributing to food security towards the country, and ensuring that we create jobs in the process, we create opportunities of entrepreneurs and young farmers in the main. And we've met them, these young farmers. They are very dedicated, they are very passionate, and they want to do their best into that field. We have changed the face of farming in the Free State. We've got more than 300 young farmers who own farms and who are very successful. And they say to us, we want to slay on our farms. We want to create a different image. Gone are the days where when you want to portray a farmer, you have someone else kamemeza and straw hat, and that person will be on the front page of newspapers or front page of magazines. Now we're creating young people. We are supporting them with tractors that has got aircons, that has got radios. And these guys are saying to us, we want to create that image. We want to slay, but we want to be successful farmers. We want to make sure that we create opportunities for young people as well into our farms. So that in itself will bring a complete change into the farming industry, but at the same time, you will have participation, full participation of young people in the farming industry. Then you will have a longevity of farming into our country, because majority of farmers currently is old people in the region of 60 years upwards, and that is not sustainable. So if you want to create a sustainable and reliable farming industry, you have to bring in the young blood, and we are succeeding into that program. So that's in a nutshell what we are trying to create in the Free State and bringing back the glory of the Free State.
All right, let's talk a little bit about food security, because we've just read a report now about UNICEF saying that more than half of the children in South Africa continue to live below the poverty line, with chronic malnutrition an underlying cause for half the childhood deaths in the country. What steps are you taking to alleviate this problem?
Look, once you do farming, you would never go wrong. because everybody have to eat, everybody have to wear their clothes, and everybody has to have some finisher in their houses, and all of them, the genesis is farming. Now, what we do is to bring these young people, as I've said earlier on, but that in itself will be creating opportunities for jobs, but also will be creating opportunities for entrepreneurship, because the agro-processing is very key into that field. We have farmers that have said to us, no, we want to create manufacturing industries. We can work closely with other youth organizations or entrepreneurs to create that. We have a farmer or a lady who is doing butternut coffee. She's a young woman doing butternut coffee, probably the only person in South Africa who's doing butternut coffee. We've got a young lady who is doing vegetables, completely different from the original way. She does broccoli, red, yellow, different colors, other than your normal green broccoli. So you have a young black farmer in the Free State who does mushroom, and the only farmer in the Free State who does mushroom. So we have a diversified way of farmers, from manufacturing and creating manufacturing, but also you have farmers as primary farming. We've got ladies who are doing mixed farming. They've got animals or cattle, and at the same time they plant sunflower. So that in itself will create and go a long way in creating this opportunity. So once you do that, you fight unemployment, you fight hunger, because you're creating food security. Because in our understanding and interpretation of food security, it's not only availability of food, it's also affordability of that food. And that's why we are encouraging, over and above everything, to say our people must create backyard vegetable gardens to mitigate the current situation you find in the country and in the world. Because food has become expensive due to the input cost of petrol or diesel and fertilizers that has to be imported. And those two items are not controlled by South Africans, are external factors, and the prices are controlled externally. And there's really nothing that we can do except to find mitigating circumstances. And in our case, we've been promoting food gardens, and we've been giving people seeds for free to plant in their gardens.
All right.
So that
MEC, we're running out of time, and there is one big issue that we do need to address, because agriculture is fine and it's great, but you need land. And I just wonder, with the land reform project, how are you guiding this to make sure that those who want to farm have got access to land to do all of these initiatives you're describing?
We've fully implemented the district development model. We've gone to municipalities that they have land they don't use, this lying foul. We have said to them, please lease this land to our farmers, because they will want to pay rent, but they don't have land. So the municipalities in our area has been doing audit. They are giving access to farms so that we can lease them to farmers that we support. The project of giving land is a bit complicated one from NACNA, but we don't rely on it, because we have to do something immediately. Our people need land now. And that's what we are doing with the district development model. They are already giving us those farms, and they are leasing them to the farmers that we support. And we support farmers from the beginning, starting from a business plan to a level where you are a successful farmer. So that's what we do. We facilitate that process into people who are interested into farming, to say, here is land, you're prepared to sign a lease agreement, and once you have signed a lease agreement, we are sure that you are going to make profit once you run a farm. There's no farm that is not running and giving you profit or running out of loss. farms are very successful businesses and are very durable businesses. So that's why we encourage our people to take that route. Of course, the land issue needs serious attention. We will also be inputting or giving our views in the review process of the land acquisition process.
All right, MEC, we're going to have to leave it there, but thanks very much indeed for your time and sharing your thoughts about what you're doing in the Free State. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, Peter.